Welcome back. Republican candidates blitz the Sunshine State with ads ahead of the critical winner-take-all primary on Tuesday. It's becoming a mudslinging battle. Last week alone, PACs supporting Marco Rubio spent $2 million on anti-Trump ads, while Donald Trump is also spending millions on negative advertising against Rubio. How will it impact Florida voters? Frank Luntz, a pollster and Fox News contributor, election extraordinaire. Good to see you, Frank.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us. So you've been doing more focus groups. Tell me where you are. Give me a status check in terms of what you've learned.
What I've learned is that there are doubts about all four candidates, and there is intensity for all four candidates. People are responding to the debates. They still are. But the ads don't have the same kind of impact. The thing that the public is looking for, 3 words. Number 1 is accountability. Do you say what you mean and mean what you say? Number 2, can you deliver results? They don't care about your rhetoric. They want to know you can deliver. And number 3, are you authentic? Are you genuine? And that's where the ads fail, because they come across as fake and manufactured. And when you've got the real-life candidates there, they're much more impactful than the ads.
All right, let's talk about some of the ads that are most striking, that actually are not working. Which one do you want to lead to here?
Well, you've got one in particular that I want to show, which is Donald Trump's language. You and I may find it offensive, but in terms of getting someone to change their vote from Trump to anybody else, it doesn't work.
Let's watch it.
Let's watch it.
I went to an Ivy League school. I'm very highly educated. I know words. I had the best words.
Listen, you motherfucker.
He gets the nomination. They're going to sue his ass. She said he's a put. I don't give a. We'll beat the out of them. They're ripping the out of the sea. Bullshit. What the hell are we doing?
You're not going to raise that price.
I had the best words. And you can tell them to go themselves.
American Future Fund Political Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Okay. So I want to ask you.
God, there's a lot there, Frank.
Help me. What were those words that they were bleeping out?
S-H-I-T? I mean, you know.
I don't even know if you can spell it. Wow.
You're right. My God.
Got you
My apologies.
That's a $500,000 fine. Excellent.
Oh, my God.
My job is done.
So, go ahead.
But this is the problem, is that they look at him and they say, well, but I don't care what he says. They care his intensity. They care about his passion. A Trump voter looks at that and says, I don't care. What the hell? And I believe that's a Rubio ad or a Rubio PAC ad.
Right.
And that's the problem, that they're not using language and messaging that connects to people.
Yeah.
The strategy should have been a Trump supporter. If you want to beat Donald Trump, the only way you beat him is with a Trump supporter who said, I was supporting Donald Trump, and I still like him today. But there's another candidate in the race that is more likely to be able to do what Donald Trump wants to get done.
Yeah.
That's the strategy that would work.
Because up until now, I feel like people have not been interested in the specifics. They just want a tough guy out there who's going to fight for America and make them feel like they've got somebody who has their back.
And the far right, the most conservative, are ideological, and they're backing Ted Cruz. And by the way, what I don't understand is Ted Cruz has got a lot of delegates. He's only 100 delegates behind Trump. But no one talks about that. The assumption is that Trump is so far ahead.
Yeah.
Donald Trump does best among independent voters, non-ideological voters, because they're backing him not for where he stands. They're backing him for how he says it.
I want to talk about the independent voter, because a lot of people have said, look, mathematically, Trump cannot win the general election because he can't get the Hispanic vote. Now, put that aside. I want to get your take on that. But the other thing is he could offset that by bringing in all of these independents that were not voting in a Republican, were not voting Republican before.
Which ought to scare the hell out of Senate Republicans like your previous guest, because Donald Trump will bring people to him that are Democrats, that are voting for him because he has a blue-collar feel to him.
Yes.
But they will not vote Republican for the Senate and the House. Donald Trump could actually be responsible for losing the Senate and the House, because the very people who would vote for him will vote against the Republican incumbents.
How fascinating.
This is, people are not playing this. This is not checkers. This is not even chess. This is three-dimensional. And there are too many people who are commentating on this that aren't looking at the actual priorities of the voters themselves.
Yeah. Going into Florida, Missouri, on Tuesday, all of these important states, Ohio, what are your expectations?
My expectation is that Rubio always performs 3 or 4% above the polls, but that's not enough. I don't think he wins Florida. In Ohio, I think John Kasich and Trump, it's going to be a late night there. I think it's going to be even. The only way to stop Donald Trump at this point is to beat him in either Ohio or Florida. Ohio is more likely at this point.
All right, we'll leave it there. Frank, good to speak with you.
And by the way, the chaos has only just begun.
We're watching it play out right now.
Even on this show.
As we await Trump coming out of this rally where we're expecting protesters once again. Frank Luntz, always a pleasure.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning.